Alright, good evening YouTube, welcome to Workshop Taz, and welcome back. And we're back here today, or tonight, with my little Kobalt air compressor that I've been putting YouTube videos on, or making YouTube videos about. And I just kind of used, the last video was me pumping up the tires here on the car, and it worked, or a tire on the car, and it worked, but it had to work to keep up. I just use this to clean out, blow out some gunk in a bench grinder that I can't say rebuilding, but I've taken the bearings out, repacked the bearings, and getting ready to put it back together. So I was blowing the junk out of it, and this little guy couldn't keep up. This is a Kobalt 2-gallon 7,75L. I'll get the box here. I don't know. It's 125 psi max. I don't know if the box is. I don't know if that's going to show right there. 7,57L, 2-gallon, cute little blue compressor. I think it was like $79. So with tax and all, it was 87 something. I'm not slamming this product. It has its purpose. I just don't think it's going to work for me. I stressed my last. What the heck was it? Husky Air Scout over about a 5, 6, 7 year period. I used it pretty hard. It lasted. This, I'm not so sure. It's not showing any problems as of yet. It just has to work too hard. It takes too long to recover. And for the small job that I was doing, it's not going to work. I actually had to stop and wait for this to catch up. Finish blowing it out, let it catch up again. I'm like, yeah, that's just not going to work. So. Maybe you've got a use for it. I'm not saying don't use it. I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm just saying for me, in my particular application, it's not going to work. So, let me show you what I was cleaning and why it didn't work real well. So this here, and this will be on a future project. I'm not going to do this tonight. This is a early 80s bench grinder. And yes, I took the sides off. I was blowing out the motor here because I'd pulled the bearings out of the cover, and I repacked the bearings, so I was blowing all the junk out of there. I was going to get some carb cleaner, or not some carb cleaner, but some brake cleaner and spray all that out. I thought, you know what, let me just blow it out first, and that seemed to clean it pretty good. So this was all I was doing. Wasn't real dirty, just blowing it out. And the little Kobalt couldn't keep up, so... And that's okay. I mean, I get it. I didn't spend a whole lot for it, and it's just not going to work. That's okay. So I will be taking that back to Lowe's to exchange it for something else. Spend a little more money. So what I did with this is, like I said, this is a cheap, gosh, I don't know. I think it was at an auto parts store in the early 80s. I don't know if that's in the video or not. It was probably on one of those bargain tables that I walked by. I think it was like, I don't know, 10, 15, I mean like 15, 20 bucks or something. One of those things that I couldn't pass up. And it served me well. I'm doing a little more welding. I'm doing a little more grinding. And this little guy is having a hard time with the thicker steels when I need to trim stuff up. I've sharpened a lot of lawnmower blades. This thing has a lot of hours on it. I've done a lot of things with it. It's held up great. But it was time for some stuff. The bearings... I don't know if I can show you that here, but the bearing inside of here, both of them, a little bit rough, a little bit raunchy, so I took a punch and tapped them out gently, cleaned them all out, soaked them, cleaned them all out, and then repacked them and put them in. That's kind of funny because it's a German bearing in a Taiwanese grinder. That's awesome. They do have some wear. They've probably had a lot of wear, dirt in there and stuff over the years. I wasn't going to spend, I don't know, $5, $10 on bearings. And I just thought, you know, I'll repack these. That smooths them out enough. They're clean. It should last another however long. I'm going to turn this into my tungsten grinder. I picked up a 8-inch Harbor Freight. I guess I should actually get into the camera and talk to you guys. I don't have a real good camera angle here. Excuse me. So I picked up an 8-inch Harbor Freight grinder, and that's going to be my main squeeze for grinding stuff right now. I think eventually maybe I'll, pull out the wallet eventually and spend the 256 or whatever it is for the Metabo 8-inch grinder. I'll use that for my main grinder. I'll take the Harbor Freight and turn that into my tungsten and wire wheel grinder. Unless this turns out really good, then this will just be the tungsten grinder, and I don't know. I haven't figured it out. I just ideas running around in my head. Anyway, this is going to try to shorten up the video. This is going to be the next project. We're going to put this thing back together and see how it does. I feel a drawback as I repack these with wheel bearing grease, and it's really, really heavy. So and they seem to spin fairly easy. Yeah. So we'll see. Get that together, and like I said, if it works out for a tungsten grinder, hey, perfect. I don't need it to really grind anything else. It's done a lot of that stuff. Anyway, that's my short video. Short, long video. Hang on, I gotta clean up here real quick. Oh, never mind. So that's all it for the Kobalt. Like I said, cute little compressor. It would probably have a purpose somewhere. It just won't work for me, so I'm going to take that back to Lowe's and apply the money that I had for that onto probably, I'm looking at that Hitachi 4-gallon. I don't want to spend the big bucks for that one. It's not really big bucks, but it's, in my opinion, kind of spendy for something made in China, but that's my opinion. I'm sure it's a good brand, it gets good reviews, and I've seen it online. It seems to work pretty good, so we'll do that. So with that, thanks. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll get back to you in a couple of days or a day or two when we start putting this puppy together, and we'll see how it spins this heavy wheel bearing grease, and hopefully it's smoothed up a little bit too. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.